Good afternoon, parents. How are you? All right. I will be asking you to check if you are able to see and hear me well. So show me a thumbs up sign if everything is good in your end. All right, let me check. Okay, that's great. All right. So thank you very much, parents. We would like to acknowledge the presence of our preschool and elementary teachers who are here with us right now. Our school nurse, Madam Yang, our school finance officer, Madam Roxanne, our former school directress, now school consultant, Dr. Maria Rosario Alfafara. So to start, let's all put ourselves in his presence with a prayer to be followed by the singing of our Philippine national anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
All right. I would like to welcome you all once again to our Parents Forum. Good afternoon, parents and teachers. I am Silds, and I will be your moderator this afternoon. And I would like to remind you of the following guidelines. Next slide, sir. All right, I'm sure you are wearing your proper attire. Please mute your microphones, and video must be turned on at all times except when you need to go to the bathroom or if needed. For example, if you're in your offices and you're not allowed to turn on your video, that's okay. That will be considered. It's okay. And if you have any questions throughout the session, uh, Please send your questions through the chat box located on the right side of your screen. I will be collecting your questions and will be answering your questions later on during the Q&A session. Are you able to hear me? Some of the parents are chatting that the volume is very low. Hello, are you able to hear me? Thumbs up. Okay, so thank you very much. Next slide, sir. All right, so education must continue even in the midst of this health crisis. And schools right now are under a lot of restrictions, especially the private schools. This left us with no choice but to switch and explore into digital learning. For the past few months, I have been a witness. I'm not a teacher, but I've been a witness to the struggles our teachers, especially our preschool and elementary teachers, are facing as they prepare for the school year's new normal setup. Naiuban, padung na mo give up, pero we're very glad and very happy and very appreciative that the teachers still stayed. Our principals and teachers also made sure that the standards of good quality education are not compromised for the school year. We also acknowledge the questions, the fears, the anxieties, the confusion you, our parents, are now facing with this new normal setup, which is what brought us here today. That's why this Parents Forum happened, because of you. So allow me to introduce to you our two speakers for this afternoon session. Next slide, sir. Our first speaker is a pastor's wife with three wonderful kids, graduate of Bachelor in Business Management from the University of the Philippines, Cebu, a former project director of Mandawi Ictus Agent of Hope, or MICA. It's a child development and sponsorship program for 10 years, a former school registrar and student support head of MCSI, and our new school administrator since March. That would be Madam Christina S. Alfafara. Our second speaker, after Madam Chris will speak, is a graduate from Central Bible Training Institute, a graduate of Bachelor of Elementary Education, Masters in Early Childhood Education, a doctorate in Educational Management. It's still ongoing from Cebu Normal University, a professional licensed teacher with 30 years of teaching experience from preschool to grade 6. I think you are very familiar with her 30 years na good. So our second speaker would be Teacher Anne or Miss Andrea A. Tuanzon.
A blessed afternoon to all our parents. Hello. Can you hear me? I want to see a thumbs up again. If you can hear me. Okay. Parents, thank you for this time that we can all meet virtually. I would have done this face to face, but let us accept that this is part of the new normal setup. So are we all ready? I am sure we are. This pandemic has brought this opportunity for us to redefine teaching and learning, a move to empower all our parents to do your part in educating your kids. As a parent myself of three young children, I have my share of doubts, apprehensions, and questions. So I know some of your questions are, who is MCS? Why enroll with MCS? And what can MCS offer to you parents? This we hope to answer today. For the coming school year 2020-2021, we are excited to inform you that Mandawi Christian School goes distance learning for the whole school year. Distance learning is one of the learning delivery modality allowed by the Department of Education to be implemented for the safety of our children and to ensure that learning continuity of the students. It is not homeschooling, but rather it is doing learning in the confines of your homes with the collaboration of your parents and our committed teachers here in Mandawi Christian School. Later, you will hear from our elementary principal for the specifics. Why should you entrust your kids' education to us? I know all schools are doing distance learning, So what is the difference with Mandawi Christian School? Today, let me use the word distance. So I'll start with letter D. Mandawi Christian School is driven by our vision, and that is transform learners for excellent service to God in the local and global communities. The teaching learning setup may be different now, but we remain focused to where we are heading. And that is for your kids to be transformed holistically, meaning not just intellectually, but physically, socio-emotionally, and spiritually. And this is all for God. And not just here in Mandawi, but we're also looking forward that they'll be used by God in the global communities. That's why we want you to simply remember us as the school that make, mold, mentor, and mobilize Christian servant leaders. And that is really what we want for all of your kids to experience with us from preschool to senior high school. We are inspired by our mission. MCSI is a training institution committed to transform learners through Christian education. This answers who we are and the reason why we continue to exist in providing education. As a Christian school, we are committed not just to teach, but to train your kids. S, we value the safety of everyone. Our school nurse is ready to assist you for any health concerns, and we will orient you of our health safety protocols in your future scheduled orientations. And T, technology is available. We are actually entering our third year in partnership with ITECRAR for our automation needs and creation of our education management system, that is our EMS. For the past 2 years, through our EMS, we have tried using our FIDs to monitor the attendance of your kids. We did online announcements, online pointers, grade viewing, class scheduling, payment monitoring, and even online registration and enrollment. Somehow, this has prepared us for this new normal setup. We hope to maximize other features this school year. We had several adjustments and reformatting the past days as we do our preparation. So there were times that access was difficult. My apologies for that. Our partner is trying their best to fix and finalize everything. And for this year, the additional feature is the virtual classroom, so that all future online quizzes, exams, performance, and monitoring of tasks will be done through our EMS. We will have a separate training and simulation of this, so do not worry, parents. We will also be using the available platforms like Google, Zoom, just like this, and each advisor will be creating an FB group for their respective classes for better communication and faster coordination. Let's move to letter A. We are accredited to provide subsidy for junior high and senior high students. We are a PEAC certified school since 2013. PEAC stands for Private Education Assistance Committee that helps in the processing of government subsidies for students from junior high to senior high. So when your child reaches grade 6 and you decide to stay with us until junior high, he or she will be assisted after graduation to apply and enjoy the benefit from the government. N, we have new normal rules. Given the circumstances, the policies in our parent and learners handbook are generally in place, but there are exemptions to some rules. Some of this includes, number 1, there's no need for a school and PE uniform. Again, there is no need for a school and PE uniform, only a school ID. And the ID must be worn during online synchronous classes. There is no need for the prescribed haircut, but the learners must be presentable enough during the online synchronous meetings. And third, there'll be new class schedules. Parents, no need to wake up early and no need to beat the traffic. But of course, we must be ready. Our kids must be ready and the given schedules. And parents, we should help them set the routine, especially the younger ones. C, let's move on to letter C. We have committed and competent teachers. Majority of the teachers, of our teachers, have been with our school for more than 5 years and above. In fact, some of them nangapo na gani, meaning we have teachers here with us who have become teachers of the children of previous learners. They have been very committed in helping our students to learn through the years. And until now, our teachers are very committed in learning and preparing for the new setup. Our commitment to make, mold, mentor, mobilize your kids to become Christ-like servant leaders continue. And lastly, E, we have this experience for 36 years now. We have been in the education industry for a long time. We have been resilient and flexible with the demands of our country's education needs for 36 years again. And that alone, we are thankful to God. And so that completes the word distance. So our next question would be, can we really afford Mandawi Christian School? Yes, of course. For this year, we have retained our tuition fee rates and lowered down our other fees. We did not push through with our tuition fee increase, but we cannot also decrease it. Our tuition fee is for the salary and benefits of our 40 teaching and non-teaching staff. Part of the tuition also goes to our operation costs like rental, maintenance, utilities, and internet. For the other fees, we have already removed other costs that the learners can no longer avail, like camping, sports fest, utilities, medical and dental checkups. Some items were replaced with the learning packet and communication allowance for our teachers and staff to connect to you through internet and text. Additional costs also include books, ID, automation fee, and GAMS. GAMS stand for GACO, Access Monitoring Fees. Automation fee and GAMS are intended for our EMS development, subscription, and access. To better appreciate it, let me show you the comparative fees of last school year and this coming school year. You can see the decrease of our fees. However, there's not much decrease in the pre-elementary department because we have added also for the learning packet. But again, we have decreased our other fees. But let me be honest also with you, our parents. For this year, we are actually operating at a loss. And we are projecting a loss of 300,000 if we do not reach the target number of students of 500. So just imagine if we have less students. To be honest, we are relying on God's provision for our staff, and we are finding ways and means to get other sources to keep our operation. And so we are also asking for your understanding and support for all our financial needs. But let me say also thank you. We are grateful for the parents who already paid in advance. God's blessings be upon you. We also understand that there are also parents who are experiencing financial difficulties today. We are all praying for you. Challenging, yes, but we find comfort in our God, who richly provides us with everything we need. It is our prayer that you parents will continually trust us in this distance learning setup. Thank you for being part of MCSI family. God bless us all.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Parents Forum. Am I well heard there? Okay. Your presence inspired us so much here. We'll be glad to answer your questions only after my presentation, okay? Prepare your questions and let us discuss it later. And also, we welcome this very challenging school year, 2020-2021. No one expects this to happen, but it's here. By all means, we'll all cooperate, collaborate, and coordinate for 100% success at the end of the school year. Are we all ready? Few weeks from now, the ship will start sailing, hoping that we'll all be in that ship. For this forum, we'll be talking about three major topics only, which I know many of you wanted to be informed and get prepared. So these are the learning platform, the learning process, and the learning challenges. But as we start this journey, let us all remember that we could not do it all alone, despite how hard we try. In Philippians 4:13, it says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. It is God who is the source of everything that we need in everything that we do. But before going further, let me introduce to you some words that you might be hearing as I go along. There are a lot of this, but these three, new normal, the formative assessments, and the summative assessments. When we say new normal, what we are doing now is part of the new normal. Why? Because this is not the usual way of doing things. When we say formative assessments, these are the assessments for mastery of the targeted skills and competencies. And for the summative assessments, these are to evaluate the mastered skills and competencies. Now the question, what is our learning platform for this school year? For this school year, 2020-2021, Mandawi Christian School Incorporated will adopt the distance learning modality approach in delivering the lesson. And what is this distance learning? By the word itself, it connotes that teachers are separated from the learners and technologies are used as a means of learning. It says there, it uses technologies to deliver instruction to students who are separated from the teacher. And according to Madam Briones, education must continue despite this pandemic. And also, the learning instructions are delivered primarily via internet using our EMS or the GACO and all other tools and apps like the Google Classroom, the Zoom, and the CISO. Thankful to God because He has prepared us in this matter by adopting the what we call education management system, the GACO, where in one way or another has been a great help and the more it will help us today. We do not limit it to GACO only, but we are utilizing free apps as what I have read. Tools like CISO, which the kindergarten to grade 3 will be using within the school year, and the use of Google Classroom. Don't you worry, parents. I know you have already some questions in your mind. You will also be trained how to use these learning tools. And not only this Mandawi Christian School is using the internet connection, but distance learning also will be applied by using printed materials found in the learning packets. To those learners who can study by their own, this is also for them. This is best for independent learners and learners supported by periodic supervision of parents, guardians, or tutors. To some, it can become a self-directed learning. These are the learners who can develop their ability to direct their own learning. They can set goals of their own and even monitor their own progress. But of course, because our learners are still very young, especially those in the kindergarten, grades 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, they really are very dependent upon you, parents. Now, we have two types of distance learning where we offer to our learners this school year: the online learning and the offline learning. When we say online learning, this is the one where we need excellent internet connection, user-friendly gadgets like cell phones, tablets, iPads, or desktops. And though internet connection is not often used in offline learning, but we still encourage you to prepare for a gadget and an internet connection specifically during synchronous learning and during summative exams like weekly quizzes and major exams. Now, when we say online learning, we have these two words, synchronous and asynchronous. What is synchronous? What does this mean? Synchronous learning is a learning that involves a group of students engaging in learning at the same time. We are doing the synchronous learning. This is an example of a synchronous learning. I am talking and you are listening. So this is conducting instant messaging, live chats, and video conferencing for real-time learning. Okay, if you are to look at this example, these are some of the pictures, illustrations for synchronous learning, like live webinars, instant messaging, video conferencing, and virtual classroom. Now let's go to asynchronous learning. What is asynchronous learning? Asynchronous learning is a student-centered learning method using online resources to facilitate information outside the constant constraints of time and place among people. These are interacting with course management systems, communicating using email, posting in discussion forums, and reading articles. If you are to look at this illustration, this is an example of asynchronous learning. For the offline learners, the learning packets are available weekly. The learning packets are complete with all the needed instructional guides for the learners to study, learn, and do. But if you wish to view the uploaded pre-recorded videos or other resources online, you still can. So again, we are offering the offline and the online learning. Now let's go to Okay, this is what I say. Learning from the instructional guide found in the learning packet. And if you wish, you still can access the pre-recorded videos. Now let's go to the learning process. One of the very things that is provided for the learning of our children, for our learners, are the class schedules. Why do we have class schedules? Why do we provide class schedules even if you are or they are studying at home? These class schedules are provided to establish routine among the learners, to keep track of the real time for synchronous learning, weekly per subject area. Like face-to-face learning, schedules are set as a sort of routine, but not strictly to be followed except the synchronous learning or the live interaction between the teacher and learners, plus the summative exams. Much to your advantage, if you finish the complete task for the day, then you're free to do whatever you like. So I'll be showing you some samples of the schedules. Okay, this is the schedule of the preschool. So you have here, they will start their class at 8:30 to 9. 8:30 to 9 is the live online classes. This means to say this is synchronous, meaning to say the teacher and the learners will have a live interaction. The learners will be talking with the teacher in the screen, and it's only 30 minutes. And all the rest, as you can see there, are flexible learning. They will do it alone with their parents. We only have 30 minutes for the live interaction, and you are free to do the assigned task for the day and even for the week for the rest of the time. And then you have there the arts and crafts, and then the unstructured playtime and learning. And also with the grades 1 to 3, these are the samples only. So as you can see there are schedules in the morning and there are schedules in the afternoon. But also there are schedules for the synchronous learning, the live interaction with the teacher and the students using the virtual classroom, or it could be Zoom. Okay, we also have here class schedule for grades 4 to 6, the same. They have schedules for both online and offline learning. And of course, they also have the schedules for the live interaction. Okay, it's now the video conferencing. There are schedules there, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. We are giving you all the schedules, but then as I've said, weekly schedules will also be given to you because it does not mean all schedules there, especially the synchronous, will be followed. But approximately, mga 99%. But there are perhaps weeks wherein we could only have the video conferencing once a day. Okay, so we are now going to the instructional guide. How will it look like for the online and the offline learning? Okay, for the online learning, the detailed learning guides are uploaded in our EMS, the GACO, via virtual classroom. But the offline, the detailed learning guides are inside the learning packets. So we provided learning packets to those who chose to be an offline learners. And for the online, pre-recorded videos are and other learning resources and materials are uploaded in our EMS or GACO. And then the offline, the same. The instructional guide for parents are parts of the learning guides found in the learning packet. For the online, learners use books for some formative assessments. The offline, the same. That's why you pay books. Then, for the online, supplementary worksheets are uploaded in our EMS or the GACO and are downloadable for answering. No need to print. And then for the offline, supplementary worksheets are found in the learning packets and you are to answer there. Okay, another. Suggestion to screenshot the answered seat works in the book and send to teacher's messenger account, the FB group page, or GACO. We will agree on this during the next, especially for the parents orientation, because we will be doing this per class, per grade level, creating FB group page. Okay, for the offline, still the same suggestion to screenshot the answer seat works in the book and send to teacher's messenger account or FB group page or GACO. This is to discourage you parents to bring all the books for checking every week. And then for the online, performance tasks are uploaded or screenshot and are submitted via EMS, FB group page, or messenger. And then for the offline, performance tasks are screenshot and are submitted via EMS, messenger, of FB group page, depending on the kind of performance task. But you will be notified as to what you will do, especially in that week where that performance task will be passed. Summative assessments are answered online via virtual classroom. Again, in the offline, the same. So this is the time where we encourage you because we need internet connection for this. And then for the preschoolers, summative assessments are done individually, one-on-one. Okay, still the same for the offline. Preschoolers, summative assessments are done individually also one-on-one. And this time we encourage you to please prepare for an internet connection. As I've said, and you have heard me saying these words, learning packets. This is for the offline learners only. Learning packets are available on Saturdays. Submission of outputs are on Saturdays too, 7 to 3. And then internet connection is needed for synchronous learning and during summative exams. So I hope you have, you understand what I said. Okay, now, and this is the last, the learning challenges. I could say learning challenges because I know for sure that we are having this new normal practice. This is not the usual thing that happens. First is the parents, you parents. What happened to you parents now in this new normal, especially in the school year 2020-2021? Parents become surrogate teachers. How many of your parents are ready for your new role? We don't like it for sure, but we are given the choice. Congratulations for the best decision that you ever made to let your child continue learning amidst this pandemic. But don't worry, we teachers are just a text away. Or you can communicate through messenger or private message or video call from Mondays to Saturdays only. Sundays are teachers' day. So to better facilitate learning at home, I could suggest one. The key is discipline. What are some tips that we ought to do? For discipline, remember the word school. Okay. S stands for set home expectations. Since you are now the mommy teacher or the teacher mom, your children should know what to expect from both you and them. Set rules to follow from waking up to sleeping time. When it's time to study, learners should be in appropriate clothing, not sleeping attire, please. C, create a homeschool schedule. Class schedules are already given. It's for you to insert your own schedule to be followed consistently. H, help learners maintain focus. How? Please don't include the bunal or stick or belt for this purpose. Your creativity comes in. And I think positive reinforcement will help, perhaps rewarding system and the like also. So parents, take note of this. And O, offer doable uh, goals. One thing that will impress and will give you both a sense of accomplishment is for your child to reach a goal for the day or for the whole week. Don't frustrate him or her by giving too much beyond his or her capacity to do. Age matters. So observe consistency. It's not easy, but it's a powerful tool in building your child and character's attitude. And L, leverage on available technologies and other materials at home. We are in pandemic, we are to save, so make use of whatever materials for learning at home. Okay, another challenge is this, the learning space in the home, which is conducive to learning. Have you already found a place in your home where the learning environment of your child is free from so much noise and all other distractions? Seems the days run so swiftly. For all you know, classes will be open. Now is the best time to look around in every corner of your home and decide which area is best so to set up your mini classroom where all the learning materials are at hand. Organize the place for your child to be interested to learn. And the last, the lessons to be learned. Isn't it challenging? Learners in our department are very dependent upon you parents in this time. For those offline learners, as I have said, the learning packets is full of the materials which you can use. Those are the guides. And for those who are into online learning, pre-recorded videos are uploaded for you to replay if you have missed something. If you still cannot understand, then what will we do? Call the teacher. Okay, so this is also one thing that will also put in our minds. Though learners learn from home, we'll always remember our theme verse, which is train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. In our department, we have this brand name, Mold Christ-like Servant Leaders. For someday, they will become mentors and mobilizers as well. So for 100% total success, we will pray and that the Lord will be there and will help us in our endeavor. So good afternoon and have a good day, everyone. Thank you. So if there are questions, we will answer later.
Thank you, Teacher Anne, and thank you also, Madam Chris, for the session. We just finished our two sessions today. Now we are proceeding to our question and answer portion. So we are going to start with the earlier question, Ganina from Minerva Waniko. So what happens if EMS or GACO crashes? So what are the other modes of contact?
Okay. As I was saying, each class level, each grade level will form or will create one if FB account, FB group page or FB group page, or you can also or we can also make use of the messenger. Okay, just feel free. So feel free to message the teacher so that the teacher also will know who among her learners missed, especially these recorded videos. We will create FB. We will create FB group page or messenger, or we can also, or you can also communicate to the subject teacher. We will be giving you some contact numbers on how to connect with them.
All right, thank you, Teacher Anne. Next question from Ma'am Nanette. Please expound on the need of having to use an ID. I think this is during online classes.
Thank you for that question, ma'am. It's just simple. Actually, if you are I'm not sure if you're a new learner, or I'm sorry about that, but the IDs will be prepared and it will be given to you, and you can only use it every time you're going to have online synchronous learning. So your child has to wear their ID. And other than that, you just keep your ID because we can use it on the next school years to come when hopefully face will allow us. So we will just wear it every time we will have our online classes. Thank you.
Okay, another one is from Sumia Funlo. So will the fee be sent to us? It is not clear. So actually, we can't post our fees in the Facebook page, but of course you can message us privately, or you can email it. You can email a request to us, and we'll be sending you the fees that you need. Just of course, be specific on what level that you are. What level is your child, or what fees you needed for. Um, in the next question is, in the past couple of years, GACO or EMS has not really been impressive. What updates make the system more reliable, especially with the increased functional demands? And I will proceed with the other question. I think this is somehow related. How can we be sure about the technology to be used while, as per experience, still it's not that working it's not that properly working most of the time. It's not working. It happens most of the time with recording of payments and other information.
I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am and sir. Yes, we are aware that our EMS has not been perfect. Until now, we have some changes that we are currently doing, but the comfort that we have is because we started it earlier, then somehow we can be prepared for this school year. We are still doing some adjustments. I'm not sure exactly what problems you encountered in the past, but yes, there were like gradual changes made because we had it actually for 2 years yet. So constant development are still being done, and hopefully for this school year, that's why for this week it has not been accessible to you because they're working on it right now. And hopefully, as we start next month, we can enjoy some of the features already. So we are working on it. We're trying our best, but we thank you, Lord. We thank you for how you have expressed this concern, so that we can be guided on how to improve on this. And if in the future we will still have problems with our EMS, you can just directly communicate to our IT staff, and so that your concern will also be attended. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chris. Next, hopefully things would be fixed. Yes, sir. Because from our experience, our daughter did not have any ID for the whole school year. Okay.
I'm shocked to know that. I'm sorry about that, but why? So sorry, I just have to apologize for what happened in the past. But hopefully we won't be doing that again, and we're trying our best so that all of our children's needs will be attended. So I know it's a minor thing, pero the ID is important, and your child should have an ID. But thank you for letting us know.
Okay. Hi, I sent an email to finance and registrar to clarify the fees. I've sent full payment based on the registrar's provided amount, yet finance is telling me I still have a balance. So who should be followed and where is the disconnect? Also, what's the turnaround time on the response? And this has been pending, I think, since Monday. I already sent a private message to Mom Marge Dutosme. Currently, the finance and registrar are aware of what's going on and will be sending you a reply hopefully within the day. Okay, so I'll proceed with the next one. Will there be a checking of books? If yes, what would be its process, Teacher Anne?
Okay, thank you for that question. Yes, but it's not really like face to face or the physical one, but we encourage you to screenshot the page and then send it to the teacher. So that for those who are having this offline learning, they will not be bringing all the 8 or 7 books every Saturday and wait for the teacher to check it because we could not do it. So that's why because the teachers also are working at home. Okay, they are still teaching at home. Only 2 or 3 are in school. So screenshot and then send it to the subject teacher. Thank you.
With regards to the printed materials, how often will this be provided and how long will the student be able to work on them? Deadline, can online learners have access to the printed materials as well?
Okay. Thank you for that question again. Okay, for the printed materials, this is specifically to those offline learners. And these printed materials are found in the learning packets, which they will have it every week. Okay, that's weekly. And then for the online learners, it will be uploaded in the if we think that EMS back down, so I think we have other alternatives, which is either in Messenger group, what's that Messenger, uh, Facebook group or Messenger group chat. Okay, so that's the alternatives. Have I answered your question?
All right. What is the recommended internet speed to have full access with the online tool to avoid any logs during online interaction? So we'll have our IT staff answer that question.
Okay, regarding for your internet speed, I would recommend that in order for you to have your stable connection, I would suggest that you turn off other devices, especially smart TVs or other computers or laptop that's not doing the class as of the moment, because especially if you're seeing or if you're using Wi-Fi, they will be interfering or they will be taking up data from that laptop. If that happens, your especially if video streaming, the streaming will be choppy or there will be interferences with the signal. So in order for you to have a very stable internet or especially a stable video conference, I would suggest that you turn off other devices so that that device will only have all the data for your internet.
All right. Where's the next one? Okay. From Madam Ratcho, I have three kids. One is a high school student and two are in elementary. But the case is we have only one laptop. So what will be the setup? Again, sorry, teacher. Nasa to? I have three kids. One is a high school student and two are in elementary. But the case is we have only one laptop. So what will be the setup?
Okay, I think it depends upon the schedule. So if in case school, the high school will use the cell phone and give the laptop to the younger one. If in case, but we'll try checking the schedule so that you will have also time, so you will not be having problem on this. Okay, thank you.
This was also a question raised in the high school session a while ago. Um, we can some of the high school learners that we have from the previous years, they actually use their phones when they communicate online, and sometimes they do their presentations like PowerPoint or Word. Through their phones if they have mobile phones, although it's not advisable, but if there are no other gadgets to use, they can actually use their phone if the schedule is somehow overlaps with the high school and elementary department. So you can use the phone as long as it's a smartphone set. Okay. So all right. From Zoom user. Hi, ma'am. I have paid the full amount for my daughter's tuition fee for school year 2020. I have recently heard that there's a tuition fee adjustment due to the current pandemic situation. Please advise if I'm going to get a refund on the tuition fee offset. Yes, I think I sent you a message in private to I'm asking for the complete name. Please send us the complete name of the child and your email as well so that we can contact you. All right. So from Ma'am Nanette, what do you suggest for working parents of children that are not yet independent learners?
Again.
What do you suggest for working parents of children that are not yet independent learners?
Okay, thank you for that question. I think it's quite hard or difficult, especially for you. So I think if you don't have any tutor, then please look for a time because they really are dependent on you, madam, or dependent on the parents. And if you can hire one, if somebody at home can do it, then so much the better. But if you are the only ones doing a way on how to do it. Anyway, it's weekly. And then as you can see the schedule, we schedule we have 2 days that like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I think if the learner of or both of
All right.
Okay.
So
Let me add that as a parent myself with three children, and I am also full-time working, ma'am, I can relate to your concern. one thing that you can also start preparing now is you have to set a routine already for your kids. So I do not know the ages of your children, but it can help if you will spend more time on the younger one and let the other older one do his or her task. So meaning you have to know your kids well so that you know who will really need help from you. So like if the youngest one really would demand time, which that's the normal case, then you should really spend time with her. And then for the kuya or the ate, they can be given independent small tasks, and then hopefully you can just set up a routine for them and that they will be used to it. So start doing it now. Do not wait for August so that you can also have a system already and the children will be ready also with the routine that you will be setting in your homes. So that's the only suggestion I can give as a parent also of 3 children.
All right, thank you very much, Madam Chris. So next question, can learners switch anytime, Teacher Anne, can learners switch anytime from online to offline method and vice versa, just in case the internet fails or it's too slow, and will both receive the same teaching materials?
Can you hear me? Okay. Yes, they can. Just please send a message to the class advisor or the subject teacher so that we can just
Are you okay? Okay. Were you able to hear Teacher Anne? Ah, wala. Oh, no. There's feedback on your sound. Okay, for a while. Yes, the
this is
downside of
it.
technology.
This is
Okay.
it. Choppy. Okay, can you hear me well? Okay. So if that's the case, please send a message to the teacher advisor or the subject teacher so we can help you on this. So you can switch. As I've said, even for those offline learners, you can even access to our EMS for the pre-recorded videos. And yeah, and for those who are online learners also, we have uploaded the learning guides. But then if for example the internet is not so good, again just let or just send a communication to the teacher so that we can just what's this? We can even screenshot perhaps the learning guide for you to use if the internet bugs down. There is no internet connection.
All right. Thank you.
Text message is the key. Text message is the key. Okay, thank you.
All right. Another question, Teacher Anne. It was mentioned that teachers will be available from Monday to Saturday. So what are the hours?
We agreed, we agreed to have it until 8 p.m.
Okay. So teachers are
We agreed it at 8 p.m. But if you can call us before 8, so much the better.
all right. So teachers are available until 8 p.m. Pero tagaisan sila social life.
Giving way, giving to those working parents. We really understand your part. That's why we also are sacrificing our time. Not sacrificing, we're happy to serve you. Okay, thank you.
All right. Next, if synchronous learning is only about a couple of hours a day, will there be daily recordings or videos for the rest of the day or for the daily lessons, Teacher Anne?
Okay, thank you for that question again. For the synchronous learning, I think there will be no videos. Why? Because in synchronous learning, it's not only what's this? It's not only um, for learning, for the lessons or the topics to be discussed, but it's just quite building rapport, no, building rapport to the children. Like, how are you today? If it's her birthday, it's not only for the lessons, for the learning topics that synchronous learning is being observed. Okay, so there will be no recorded video on that, but we have for the lessons, for the instructional guides, then there will be pre-recorded videos so that every time you miss to understand the lesson, then you can replay it. Okay, thank you.
All right. Next, regarding their task sheet, they would like to clarify screenshot can be sent to the teacher?
Screenshots are sent to the teacher, subject teacher.
Okay. Thank you, Teacher Anne. Mom Nanette, you sorry.
Okay. For those who are in online learning, there are supplementary materials, or there might be supplementary materials, but they are downloadable. And because it's downloadable, it does not mean you will print it and then answer it. The moment you downloaded those materials, answer there directly and send it to the teacher or the subject teacher. But to those who are in offline learning, you need to answer all the supplementary materials in that which are found in the learning packets and be submitted to the teacher, or bring it to school for submission every Saturdays also. Okay, thank you.
All right. So, Mom Nanette, you ask why. I don't know where what this question is pertaining to, so you can just uh chat in the chat box, of course. So, let's proceed with the with the next question. Do we have date for the opening school year 2020?
Okay, let me answer that. We are targeting August 10. Why? Why did I say targeting? As of the moment, our documents are with the Department of Education Regional Office. Actually, all of the schools right now are required to submit some documents to really assess if we are ready to offer distance learning. So we submitted our documents since last month, and they haven't given us any feedback. Just to give you an idea so that you won't get worried, we are one of the top 5 schools who already submitted in the office of DepEd. So we're just waiting at their end if when they will respond to us, and so that if we will have the response from them, we can push through with August 10. But if not, then classes won't go beyond October 24 because that's the only date given by DepEd. So, but for now, let's set our minds that we will have August 10 so that we can already be prepared. So just wait for our future announcements of the final date of our class opening. Thank you.
All right, next question. Will all study materials be provided? No books needed for the school year then, right? Okay.
There are still books. You paid for books. So that is why, as I've said, books will be distributed and you will be notified as to when. And then if there are pages to be answered, our recommendations, suggestions are to screenshot and then send the answered pages to the teacher. Thank you.
Okay. Another question, is the method the same for online or offline for all students in a specific grade level?
Method, this time for the online learners, what they are going to do to understand the lessons, they use these pre-recorded videos and other learning resources. And for those offline learners, they have these lessons, especially it's now the parents who will act as the teachers. Everything in the learning packets, one of those things that are there are the learning guides for the parents. instructional guides for the parents so that they can guide their students, their children. How will they explain so that these children will understand and can achieve the targeted skills and competencies and even standards set by the Department of Education. So in the learning packets, one is, material there is the parents instructional guide, bulleted. But then, as I've said, if you have problems with the explanation, if you have problems with the process on how you do it to your child, and then you even have a problem of your own because you could not understand, because I know that parents are, some of the parents, what's this? Don't tell me we will go back, because even as teachers, there are even subject matters that we do not even understand right now, and we need somebody. So as I've said, call the teacher. We are ready to help you. Don't you worry, we are ready to help you. Our cell phones, our contact numbers, our, what says, we are always online. We're always online. So feel free to text us. Feel free to connect us, especially if you are in need.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
For next question. For IT, does EMS work better on Android than Apple? Sir BL?
Okay. For the EMS app for parents, the app works better for both. Unfortunately, regarding to the updates, especially if there are new updates, iPhone is our Apple is much more stricter in passing updates, any updates from their end. So, if you put it this way, and if you put it this way, Android devices are much faster to get the updates from us or from our developers than Apple, because Apple sometimes takes time, or usually they take multiple revisions for the updates for that certain app, especially for our EMS. So if they found any violations with their security protocols or their rules, they will have to send it again to our developers so that they will rework on it until it is approved by Apple. So I would recommend that if you want faster updated apps, I would recommend Android for the EMS.
Thank you, Sir BL. Kanigid si Apple na. Okay. Kuti kay si Apple. Good. Alright. Mahalon pa. Kuti pa dyan. Okay. So to clarify, next question to clarify, Teacher Anne. So if we have learning packets and books, do we require to provide our learners with notebooks for their daily task, or will it be checked by the teachers as well?
Okay, thank you for that question. I think there is no need of notebooks. At first, we were thinking about it, but then later on, we decided, or it's up to you now, but the notebooks are not to be submitted. For note taking, it's a very good one. It's even a very good exercise or habit to be taught or to be learned by the learners, note taking. But then for submission of notebooks, no need. We only have to require the screenshot of the pages which you have or which the learners have answered. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next na mo, Teacher Anne, is what will be our grading system for our new normal?
Okay, thank you for that question. We have not agreed, but because we have not agreed, we have it the same. But then the reason why we have the assessments online, it does not mean you are not honest. It does not mean we are having these doubts, but then we just want to see, just we want to measure, okay, the learners, uh, shall we say, achievement. Okay, we have this online so that we can rest assured that the kids are doing it all by themselves. The grading system, even the DepEd has not even sent us a new one. So we just inform you if there are changes. But for now, still the same.
Okay, thank you, Teacher Anne. We also would like to remind the parents that this is just a forum. So we are glad that you have asked us a lot of questions, but there is another orientation scheduled for you. I think this will happen by August. More details to follow, and then we will be introducing the teachers one by one. So this is just an overview of everything. So please do like our FB page so that you can check on our updates and our announcements. So next, this is a very important question also for students studying abroad. So how will they have access to the books or staying abroad siguro? Are ebooks available? Na ako na feedback sa sound. I think it's okay naman, no? Ang sound. Okay. Teacher Anne.
Okay, for now, we don't have ebooks. For now, we don't have ebooks. For the access on how to access the books, I do not know how, but perhaps I don't, perhaps we have to screenshot the pages. I do not know yet, but then we will try. No, we'll talk it over and then we will just inform you as to the best thing that we will do on that. Because for now, we don't have this ebook, hoping to have one.
Afternoon. Regarding the question of Miss Minerva Wanigo, can you hear me? Yeah? Okay. For the access of the ebooks, as what she said, as what teacher Anne said, it's not available yet. However, I guess the teachers are having also their seminar training regarding the usage of or using Google Lens, wherein they can scan the text of the book or the topic and then just send it or upload it in our EMS, which is the DACU. So I guess we would just remind them, probably the teachers, regarding the use of Google.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Love. So, naghanagay tag nakatunan nga mga words sa Google. Nanay Google Lens, nanay Google Suite, Google Meet, nanagit tanan na. So, parents, please also familiarize yourself with the terms kay kami sa nag-struggle sa mga terms
I
right
don't
now.
want
We're
to.
struggling together, but we're going to be learning together as well. Okay, so let me continue. We still have time, right? Okay. So is the online virtual class gonna be an everyday sched, or is there gonna be a specific time, and is it gonna be every day like in a classroom setting, Teacher Anne?
Thank you. In the schedule, it's every day. In the schedule, every day. But weekly, we also give you the specific schedule. It's weekly because the learning package, especially to those who have this offline learning, you will be going there to get the learning packets, and inside the learning packets are the schedules. So you will be informed. But it's always, most probably every day. For the younger ones, it will only have they will only have it for 30 minutes, and then for the older ones, 45 to 1 hour.
Okay, from Ma'am Nanette, would you consider allowing a trial period? Say if it is really not working for us, we will decide to stop and you adjust the fees accordingly.
Ikaw muna, please.
Okay, that's a good question. We haven't thought of that yet, ma'am, but I'm not sure if what your status is. If you have already enrolled with us, we only have a specific time period where we can refund your tuition fee payment. But for the trial period, what we're going to have in the future weeks are more on simulation and orientation. So I hope if you have already paid the assessment fees, you will really avail of all the webinars that we will be giving in the future or the orientation so that you can better understand what we're going to do for this coming school year. But we are assuring everyone, every parents who are listening right now, that we're trying our best so that we can really be on board on this new normal setup. We are still learning it. but we want you to learn with us. So I hope to get in touch with you personally through email so that I can explain it further. So thank you. Anyway, thank you for raising it. Somehow it would also guide us on what to do. Thank you.
All right, next. When the students will have their synchronous learning, what is the main platform that we will use? Will it be always in Zoom? Thank you.
Thank you for that question. It will depend. That is the reason why we need your Gmail ad. So that in your Gmail ad, we will know, you will be notified as to what particular apps will be used.
All right. Thank you, teacher Anne.
Okay.
Actually, the school is also currently preparing our school primer, wherein all the details with regards to this kind of setup will be placed there. So hopefully we could post it in our Facebook page, and you can download it through our Facebook page next week. We don't have a specific date yet, but please wait for it. Um, Next, just in case, from Madam Racho, sabay ang schedule ng high school at elementary, pwede ba ma-adjust automatically ng school yung schedule?
What schedule? May I know what schedule? The synchronous or what? Please be specific. Thank you.
Because when it's synchronous,
Oh, because when it's synchronous, the schedules are there. And then if there's an overlapping of schedule, just let us know.
All right.
Afternoon once again. Regarding the schedule, as I have discussed this one a while ago, if the student doesn't have any concerns with the topic, or if the student is not confused with the lesson, or there's no any clarification, then the student is um, free to finish his or her outputs or learning kits and modules in the high school department. So if this is the case, then I guess pwede lang yun, no, nga, she will not attend our synchronous learning in case it's in the high school. If there is an overlapping schedule.
Nakapaka-
Ano to?
Okay. All right. So, from MMA, I hope that the questions can be compiled into one FAQs for quick reference later. Thank you for this session. Thank you. Yes, hopefully we could do that. Next question, just to clarify, if we don't start by August 10, then it will be pushed back to October. Yeah.
No, we cannot push back to October. We only have until August 24 as given by the PED. So not beyond August 24.
Uh,
Thank you.
all right, because you mentioned October ganina. So it's so it's August 24, not October. Pasensya parents. Okay. Next, will we be able to view the students' progress online?
Okay, thank you once again. Oh, yes. Only you can only have it, or you can only look at it to your own child only. Progress report. Okay, progress report. Yes, you can. You can view the parents portal.
In connection to the question, parents will also have a schedule with teachers. No, they will have the parent-teacher conference for the progress step of the
Parents
student.
portal.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. So, will you be hosting webinars from time to time to help parents adjust learning goals, or maybe supplemental videos on how become more effective parent teachers? Very nice question. We actually posted a few videos a way back, but somehow we stopped because we had other announcements to post. But hopefully, in the next few days, we'll be posting as well as many videos as we can, so that we can help you with the adjustment. I will be also announcing future webinars to be hosted by MCSI in a little while. Okay, so thank you for all your hard work. Thank you, Mr. Ian Mendoza. Uh, okay, let's proceed to Franz Pilapil. So how much is the tuition fee for grade 4 or grade 5? Okay, we will send it to you in uh,
Assessment.
uh,
Oh, we will send the assessment to you.
all right. So do you still have more questions? Thank you. Parents, do you still have more questions? Mark, gipaningot mi ato na. But thank you, parents, for the question. So, if there are no more questions, we're going to proceed to the next part, announcements. Sir, can you? Ah, for those who are asking for the updated tuition fee, sorry. Like I said a while ago, please email us through our or message us through Facebook. But through email, we've posted in our Facebook page the email addresses that you can send your request to. So we have the finance email there and the school email, and we will be sending it to you in private. Okay. So here are our upcoming webinar series. Well, the dates are final, but the time is tentative. So we have preparing for home-based learning for our elementary parents on July 20, preparing for home-based learning on July 21 for high school parents. We have working moms and dads. Are you up for the challenge on July 22? That's we invite all parents from any age, from any grade levels. I'm sorry. We also have a webinar series for learners. So that's tips for online learning on July 23 for grade 6 to high school, and preparing yourself to learn on July 24, also for grade 6 to high school. We are still considering to lower down our target audience, probably from grades 4 to high school. So wait for the updates as well. So next slide, sir. Uh, for the parents orientation. So at this time, taas-taas na gid di siya nga oras, probably maabot man 3 hours sa pag-explain in detail sa features for our distance learning setup. So for junior high school parents orientation by year level, that's from July 27 to 31. There's no specific dates yet, but we will update you soon. Kindergarten parents orientation on August 3. Grades 1 to 3 parents orientation on August 4, grades 4 to 6 parents orientation on August 5, and senior high school grade 11 and 12 parents orientation on August 6 and 7. So please also do not worry, parents, because we have further trainings, especially with regards to the use of the MCSEMS. There are some parents who are new, of course, so naagid tayo schedule, Ana. So you don't need to worry about it. So for you to familiarize on how to use it, how to access the parents portal and the students portal, especially for our younger learners. We also have trainings for the students as well. Okay, I know that it's not just the parents who are scared or who are in confusion right now, but also the learners. So make sure to subscribe or like our FB page so that you can get the updates. So before we proceed with the closing remarks and the closing prayer, sorry. We will be asking you not to leave right away because we're going to take pictures together. We might ask you to turn on your videos for a while just to take pictures, so that this is for documentation purposes. Okay, so I will be asking Madam Chris for the closing remarks and the closing prayer, and then the picture taking right after.
Please. Parents, we really appreciate your time with us. We are happy to hear from you and learn from your concerns as well. So, sort of our mantra as a school is based, of course, on our mission statement. And as we have already shared to you, our mission statement states that we are a training institution committed to transform learners through Christian education. Again, our school verse is based on Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So from this verse, let me emphasize to you the word train. Slide, please. Train. Parents, you are our partners in this new normal setup. And so we encourage you to train with us. T, I'll use this acoustic again. T, trust God to equip you. I know it's difficult. I know that as a parent. But let's remember, He is the source of all wisdom. R, reach out to us. Teacher Ann already said to you, we are always willing to help you. We are ready to work closely with you. Just reach out to us. And A, accept your new role. You are our partners in training your children. You are the original teachers. I, involve everyone in your home. I know this is not a one-man show. We have the papa, the itay, the tatay, whatever you call him, ate, kuya, lolo, lola. Let's help so that we can continually teach our kids. And N, necessitate learning. Let us continue to learn from this experience. We teachers and staff are actually learning from this. It's overwhelming, but we're doing it one step at a time. And we encourage you to do the same. The important thing right now is we are all willing to embrace change and we are willing to learn from each other. So our hashtag for this school year is we train as one. I hope you can really be available to do that with us. And I know this is for your child's good. We will really train your kids together. God bless you. God bless you. And do not forget to enroll if you haven't enrolled with us. You can see from the slide, you can take a screenshot. Again, our target school of opening is August 10. And our enrollment is until July 15, 2020. So thank you for your time. And as we end this session, let's all bow down and let's close this session through a prayer. Let's pray. Father, you are great, you are good, you are wonderful, and you are faithful. Bless all our parents. Continue to protect them and guide them as they continually teach their kids. Prepare them. Help us to work together in training their children. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Amen. Thank you, and God bless you all. Screenshot.
All right. So parents, do not leave yet. We're going to take a picture together. We're waiting for our IT staff to take a picture of us. Okay, so let me just check on the comments. Can we sort of receive something in the email, like a newsletter for any updates and announcements? Oh, don't worry, ma'am. Of course, we'll be as long as you have, as long as we have your email address. We're going to be sending the PowerPoint presentations, and we'll be uploading also this video through our YouTube channel, and we'll be posting it in our FB page. Okay, so yes, we will email it to you. Sir BL, are we ready? Smile sa mo ginagmay, so
Okay,
kanang
ready,
i-turn
ready.
on lang inyong videos, parents, if you can, of course, no, kay mahibong niya na inyong boss nga anong gang isingisi ka, di ba? Ito, so huh?
Okay, if everyone ready na,
Sir, nag-share pa ka, sir?
ah, okay, kana na.
Yeah,
Okay, everyone
wala pa.
ready? Okay, ha.
Smile ra gyud, parents, ha? Smile ra gyud.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay.
Okay, next. Ayos sa leave. Napay next
Asahan
batch.
na pa next batch.
Smile pa gyud.
Sige, next batch. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay.
Napa?
Napay
Last
batch
batch.
3, batch 3, last
Batch
batch,
3.
last batch.
Asa yung 1, 2, 3, sir? Okay, ngisi na mi diri.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, parents. We appreciate your being here. God bless you, everyone.
Thank you, thank you. God bless you all. God bless you all.
Alright.
Yay! God bless!
God bless.
See you!
How are you?
And Teacher Anne. Say hello to Teacher Anne.
God bless. God bless.
We miss you, parents.
We miss you all. We miss you all.
Thank you. Hi, Miss Love.
Hi, madam.
Okay, thank you.
Mga video-video sa sir.
Na-leave na.